that was an enormous development. And right now, finishing construction is the Toyota, the Hyundai plant, which is a $450, $500 million plant. These are all things that we thought we saw in a dream for a model community. So we got this municipal charter. We named the community Bromont. There was no community. We ultimately expropriated West Shefford, which was a sleepy, picturesque old community lying in the valley there at the foot of Brome Mountain. Our name, Bromont, we took from Brome Mountain. It's the nearest ski development to Montreal, traveling east from Montreal. We had a fellow by the name of Murray Udall as our professional to assist in the layout of the ski runs and consult with respect to the most efficacious ski lift equipment. We had a fellow by the name of Watson, who is perhaps Canada's best known golf architect, lay out a golf course for us. We had, I can't think of their name, it's a multi-barreled name, well-known town planners in those days, lay out a model community for us. We put in roads, we put in water, we put in sewage collection, sewage disposal system. We spent an awful lot of money. Part of the money was spent on behalf of the municipality, and the municipality ran up a debt that was criticized quite a bit. And the corporation, whose business was to have been, all these other things were come-ons, attractions. The name of the game was real estate, and we were going to sell lots. And that started well, except along came an SOB from Paris, France, at the time of Expo 67, who stood on a balcony and shouted the infamous words, "Vive le Québec libre!" And that changed the economic climate in Quebec drastically. Our vision was that Montreal, at its then rate of growth, had to explode, and the logical direction to explode was to the east. And that before many decades, that our location at Bromont would be really a suburb of Montreal. And we wanted it a model suburb, that it would be perhaps the most popular living site for sports-loving, upward yuppie type executives, and for seniors, because an equestrian center went in, and that was the equestrian center for the Montreal Olympics. The entire concept, the scheme, the dream was a good one. How did I fare? Well, the Desertes bought the Mussens Group out at full cost plus a little sweetener, and the thing is now a totally Deserte dominated affair. But the background, the insight, the first day Roland Deserte tried to describe it to me, he was driving me along in this Lincoln Continental, And he says, well, I can show you better from here. And he turned through a gate, cross fields, we bounced and humped along and up a hill until we were on the top of a knoll at a small mountain. And Roland was able to show. Picture the golf course laying down here, maybe. We'll make an artificial lake here. We'll build up an equestrian center over on the other side there. And he had the vision. He had a preview of a dream. And the dream is reality today, and Bromont is one of the most attractive communities in Quebec today, and no unemployment, zero unemployment. They're bringing people in because there's a surplus of jobs over the labor supply. All its services there and modern, whereas many Quebec communities have to yet build up their water purification setup or their sewage disposal setup properly. Can't foretell what the mill rate may be in the future in some of these communities, but it's pretty easy to tell in Bromont's case, because Bromont's whole infrastructure is modern, new, and built. It's there in place.
Do you recall the second time you got a view of the vista of Bromont from the Jeep that Germain drove up?
Were you with me?
I was with you on that. It was you, well, Germain, and myself, and I can't remember who else from the family. It was John or Gordon, and a bottle of brandy in the front seat between the two of you. In a Jeep with a new 8-cylinder engine.
I wanted at least one of my sons to see what some of our vision of the future of Bromont would be. And so we dropped in on Germain Desserty at his then estate. He had deer, he had exotic animals, he had a series of lakes, he had a waterfall, he had just a great setup. And so we visited, looked over his place, and then he says, come on, Galen, let's take your son, or sons, if there were two.
There's two of us.
One of you fell off the back,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Was that you?
I think that was me bouncing as we came down, trying to get it started again.
We were on our way up.
Up?
Yeah. Anyway, we got in a Jeep, and all the Deserties are, boy, they're fast-track people. And if it's riding a horse, they're riding it fairly well. If it's driving a machine, they're driving it fairly well. And Germain decided that if the only way we were going to get up, because it had been pretty wet, the only way we were going to get up to the top of the mountain, up that back trail, which was originally cut to allow some kind of access for the ski slope cutting activities that were going to go on. And nothing but a four-wheel vehicle with lug tires could make it up there. And the best of times, and this was not the best of times, there was one place where we had to stop, and I guess two or three of us walked up this one precipice, and Germain brought the vehicle up to us because he was afraid he wouldn't carry the load. There was another occasion where we bounced and jounced around so much that I think it was Galen, and he was in the back seat of the Jeep, and he bounced so high, and Germain was gunning the vehicle so hard that Gale went right over the back end of the vehicle, landed on his backside, unhurt. Just his dignity was bruised, I guess.